Yes,
sir?
ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Gross, my understanding is it's your request to represent yourself and not be the of an attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. There is a form that I'm going to have you read to make sure you are aware of the rights that you are giving up by making this request, and then we're going to go over this form. So I'm going to have my deputy hand this to you. Please read it, initial it, and sign it.
Excuse me, I've already submitted affidavits swearing that I'm representing myself and acknowledging that I'm aware of my rights. I don't need a form to fill out to represent myself or to be aware of those laws and statutes.
Thank you, Ms. Rose. The court is now directing you to read and sign and initial that form, and when you're done.
An assessment and waiver to right to counsel. I'll look over it. Now, okay, so, may I speak?
No. Ms. Gross, I need you to fill that form out. We're taking this step by step. So please review that document that I just handed you. It gives you your advisement of your rights and your acknowledgement that you're waiving those by letting you represent yourself. Please do that first, and then we'll continue.
How are we even continuing when jurisdiction hasn't even been proven on the record? Why is this an insistent process to have me fill out court paperwork to say what I've already said on the record? I have all my submission IDs of all my affidavits that I've submitted and e-filed to the court and to Mr. Devane, Maria Solis, and Angela Friedrichs, who is not here today. I've given everybody these documentations. I don't understand why the requirement to relieve this man as counsel when he was never even appointed. He was, you appointed him in the last hearing over my objection and over my paperwork, my motion of objection to forced attorney, which was filed on September 14th. Would you like the submission ID to check the records?
Ms. Gross?
Because I have them all right here for you.
If you refuse to review and sign that form, I will not be allowing you to represent yourself. That is the first step. So please take a moment to review and sign that form, and when you're done, you can give it to my deputy, and they'll give it to me for my review.
Am I ordered out of the court? Are we off the record now? I'm not really clear. I was waiting for your instructions.
My instruction is for you to read that form and initial and sign it and give it back to my
Why are my affidavits insufficient that have been submitted into evidence? What is unclear about my documentation that I've sent and that I have given to all parties and that I have here in paper?
If you refuse to review and sign and initial that form, I will not be allowing you to represent yourself. So if that is your desire.
I will review this. I will make a phone call and I will review this and see if I have to fill this out by state or federal mandate laws. So I need to make a few calls. I'm not going to sign anything without researching and verifying that I'm not somehow, I have no idea. I've made it very clear I'd like to represent myself. So if you would like me to go out and read this and you don't want to proceed with jurisdiction until I read and sign this, then I guess that's what I have to do, right?
Ms. Gross, is it your request to represent yourself at this time?
Yes.
Then I need you to review that document and sign it and give it back to my deputy once you've done
All I have to do is say it on the record, and I've already notified everybody in paper documentation of my desire to represent myself. I don't understand why an advisement and waiver to right to counsel is a Ferretta waiver is necessary when Ferretta is one of my rights. I don't understand.
You don't have to understand it. Okay?
Well, what do you mean? I do have a right to understand, though, Commissioner, because the thing is that county counsel is representing plaintiffs from Child Protective Services who have been telling me that I'm going to be arrested if I come near my children, that I can't see them, I can't participate in any of my parental rights or reunification services. I don't understand why I need to be forced to fill out a county form when my documents surpass your county laws because they are from state and federal dictations and they are cited. So where's the question of necessity for me to sign this document from you when I've already made it very clear in 2 hearings I'm representing myself, and I don't need to even establish anything until this man right here proves that he has jurisdiction over stopping my children from being in my custody.
Okay. Ms. Gross, I'm requesting you to review and sign that document that I just handed you. If you refuse to do that, I will not be allowing you to represent yourself. So are you refusing to do that, or would you like to proceed with your request to represent yourself?
I'm going to proceed with representing myself, and I'm going to make a phone call and review this document that you've handed me, and I'm going to make sure that this isn't waiving any of my individual rights of what I've already previously filed.
How much time do you need, Ms. Gross? To make your phone call before you submit that form.
Are you telling me that this is a mandatory form to proceed for finding out what legal jurisdiction this court has over my children, right? I have to fill this form out, and in order to even know why county council is able to restrict my access to my children.
If you want to represent yourself, the court is requiring you to review and sign that form.
Okay, well, seems as I am the only family and the only parent here, and there's nobody else waiting, it shouldn't take me long. So you guys are all here for this case, so maybe a couple of moments, I don't know. I mean,
5 minutes sufficient for you?
how about I knock on the door after I'm done with my phone call? Is that okay?
No.
Oh, it's not okay? I have to give,
No,
so
I'm
I'm being told to look at it, I really don't understand why
Ms. Gross?
I have to continue in this court, and I have to keep, you're saying that it's a process. You're right, it is a process. And what I don't understand is why this court doesn't seem to follow any state or federal laws of jurisdiction, or even proving that Child Protective Service is an agency of government. They haven't provided me that I'm contracted to a commercial agreement that obligates me to their jurisdiction or their demands. And because I've done everything that they have asked, I am still kept from my kids. So I don't, why is this form mandatory when I've already given written intent with my affidavits that I've submitted? And I've mailed to parties, like directly through the post office and through email. Where is the discrepancy of me having to sign this?
Ms. Gross, this court will not be answering your questions that you're posing. I need to make sure that you will not disrupt or delay these proceedings.
How am I disrupting these proceedings by asking you to have, Commissioner, you're supposed to be a non-biased party that is just supposed to be watching on the bench. It is up to county council to prove jurisdiction. I shouldn't even feel like we're even arguing. You're supposed to be making sure that they're doing their job by proving that they even have authority over my children.
Ms. Gross.
But yet I'm told that I need to sign a Ferretta waiver to then claim that I have a right to represent myself. I have a right to represent myself whether I say it on the record or whether I submit it via my affidavits or via my points of authorities or any of my other documents that I can cite. And I have the submission IDs for.
Ms.
I just,
Gross, stop. You have a right to represent yourself as long
as I sign this form for you, right?
Ms. Gross, you're interrupting the court. You're delaying and obstructing these court proceedings. If you delay and obstruct the court proceedings, you will not be allowed to represent yourself. The first order of business is you to review that document that I handed you. If you'd like some time to call someone, I will give you time. I've asked you how much time you needed because this is the only case that all of us are here, so I will give you a reasonable amount of time. You haven't told me how much time you are requesting.
Okay, so 10 minutes.
Okay, we'll be in recess till 12:16.
What time is it right now?
2:16. 2:06. We'll come back at 2:16. Thank you. We're in recess.
I need to make a phone call.